Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Deaths, back with another Kamihime project video. This one is a quick little video because I have to make a specific note about this because this thing is actually pretty good to get. Now, first off, this is only for spending players, so if you are not spending on the game, you can pretty much ignore this video because unfortunately this is practically behind a paywall, but you could still kind of use some of the info from it because I know if you do happen to save up 150 Dragonic Eyes, you can still get the thing, but that's going to be a very, very long and tedious process on top of needing some luck if you want to speed it up any faster, because you only get a certain amount of Dragonic Eyes per month, and it will easily take you quite a few years in order to do it normally if you don't pull any extra eyes. But the big thing you need to see down here is what's on this bottom part right here on this tab, and that happens to be the special miracle ticket thing at the shop. Now, this thing is definitely, as it says, special because normally a miracle ticket will let you pick anything that's on the list, but not everything's there. Like, we've had a few ones recently where it might have had like an Adon you might have wanted, or a limited Kamihime, which are usually like the seasonal ones. But the special miracle ticket lets you pick anything that's existed in the game. Period. Like, if it was a collaboration character that's not getting a rerun anytime soon, if it's a add-on that's not always in the gacha, like, if it's been programmed into the game, you can get it. The catch is that this miracle ticket is 9,800 Nutaku Gold, but it does give you 3,000 star coins with it. That would be the equivalent of $98 American, which is quite a lot. And some people are probably already looking at that price and saying that's too much of a demand, but honestly, the value of this ticket is far, far higher than that. We did manage to get one before that was like 5,000 Nutaka Gold, was like almost half the price, but it didn't have anything else to go with it. But then on top of that too, I wasn't able to get it at the time, so I would have definitely gotten that. That's easily the second best deal we've seen in the game. But this one I would say is possibly third best, because that is how I managed to get my hands on this. And this is very, very, very powerful. This is the second generation of the malicious Adons. This one is going to give me like a special attack boost if I summon her mid-fight. Once I get her stronger, she's going to start giving a permanent damage plus it's even better to all three forms of damage. If I happen to use her main slot, she's basically another 140% Adon when I max her out. But it's like, she's powerful. Someone that would be even more powerful that you can probably get from there too. And I had to switch over to Thunder for this one. Would also happen to be the first generation of them, because I managed to pull this one from the randomizer. And this is like a weapon skill boost if you put her in sub slots, which is the only reason you should even get the first generation anyway. But it is a very, very helpful thing. It stacks on top of the catastrophe add-ons, so that's something to know. And then they all come with some pretty good buffs too, because it gives you a special soft cap increase when you use them mid fight, which is the same as the limit guardians do in main slot. So that's something to know. Just don't put these add-ons in main slot because the debuff resistance isn't really all that great. I mean, it sounds great on paper, but it really isn't. And then, like I mentioned, you can also get limited guardians. I managed to get this one from the randomizer too, but you can get them from a special ticket. And these are ones that a lot of people use. Like, whatever they do in mid-fight is based on the Guardian itself, but the main thing they do is boost their elements special damage limit by up to 50%. I mean, by up to 100%. And they also boost their elemental attack by up to 50%. So, That's already quite a lot. And there's actually a limit on this too. It's 200%. Like, you think 200% would happen if you stack two of them together? No, 130% is the most you get. So, ironically, the malicious generation 1 will give the other 30% if you use a mid fight. So, that's the way to sip and have that. And, of course, the other ones that are really good to have is, of course, the Catastrophe Eidolons. I've gotten quite a few of them as well. I'm kind of just showing them off on different elements just because. But, these are permanently in the gacha, unfortunately, so if you are using a special miracle ticket on this, there's probably something better you could have picked, but this is still not a bad choice. But the other ones that I mentioned, like the limited guardians, especially the malicious generation 1 or 2, those are very, very valuable to get. Because those are not only limited, but very hard to pull. This is permanent, but still kind of hard to pull. It all depends on your luck, but compared to those other ones, hard to get. And then on top of that too, I can even go into Kamihime for this as well. Like, actually, I can even stay on Win because I got her. But this is a collaboration character, and she will come back later, supposedly, because we're going to get another shot at her because of a rerun with Ayakashi Rumble's collaboration. Only it comes with a new one too. But the thing is, she's not getting any other known reruns. She's on a special miracle ticket. If you do want to go on the Kamihime side, you could pick one of those characters. But you do have to do your research on who's a collaboration character or not, and assume that they're worth it. One off the top of my head, if you go that route, is definitely Nagisa, a fire character from the Baldur Sky collaboration. She is used for so many setups because her special debuff just sticks for the entire fight, basically. Even if she dies. Like, it is like a permanent debuff. And it is also very powerful for normal attack teams. Like, if you happen to get Nagisa. Like, that special miracle ticket is, there's so much you can do with it, and so much you can maximize your value out of it. But stick to characters that are either not coming back anytime soon, like I mentioned the Baldur Sky character. You may have another shot at Izuna if you want her, but honestly, she's good, but not like must-have priority. Because there's other wind characters that can also do pretty well. But definitely Nagisa from the Baldur Sky. Even the other Baldur Sky character is pretty good too, the dark one. But like collaboration Hime, they're like probably the lowest priority because if you missed out, you missed out. If you really want them, you can still get them from the special miracle ticket. If you really hate your luck on Catastrophe Eidolons, you can get this, but there's other ways to get Catastrophe Eidolons if you're spending, because I'm sure they'll slip and have even more randomizers or miracle tickets that you can get for those specifically. We already had one. But then there's like, you may even want some very powerful weapons too as well. But that's the go with the Kamihimes that happen to get a collab, and they're still like, you know, if they get a rerun or not, but that's still later down the line. But those are kind of low priority if you happen to get it. Like I said, high priority. This will be a high priority one right here, the Limited Guardians, because they can seriously help your damage. This is also, I would say, probably the second highest priority, but it really depends on your weapon grid if she's second highest or not. But the Generation 2 malicious add-ons like this one. There's one for water as well. Unfortunately, we don't have the other 4 elements. But then there's, of course, the Generation 1, which I happen to get on Thunder. And this is arguably top priority, like the Generation 1 versions. And if you are trying to pick a strong Eidolon for your main element and it's not water or light right now, then I do believe that the other 4 don't have the second generation one, so that just makes it easier to choose. But again, that special miracle ticket is very, very powerful. It's very, very worth it. I've already gotten it. You get it from this, the Star Coin shop, and it's in like the top left corner, right as you see it. Again, I've already gotten it. Like, I made a hands down a point to get that, because to put in perspective how hard it is to pull some of these Idolans, someone's easily gone into 6 digits of these like jewels or star coins in order to try and get a limited guardian. And even worse, the malicious ones, some people have gone into 7 digits. That is insane. Like, the actual pull rates for them are pretty low. Like, we're absolutely certain that you may not even see one in 3,000 plus pulls. Like, it is just that low. Like, even when you got the Idolin Fest is sipping up the rates, it's still stupidly low. You get when you're exceedingly lucky. In my case, I bought them, so there you go. But they're worth the same amount of Nutaka Gold as this little monthly brick thing. This monthly brick isn't worth it, if you ask me. But that's the other thing I wanted to talk about too. Is there's also a gacha that had like the Dragon Idolin thing or some step up or whatever. They also have one for new players, which is like a start dash thing. It will give you 8 of those Idolin bricks for a total of 6,800 Nutaka Gold. Very much worth it to pull it. And honestly, if it's still glitched, you'll get a Catastrophe Idolin from the last step anyway. Just make sure to pick it for the element you want. So, there you go. Unfortunately, I didn't know it was glitched at the time, so I made the mistake of picking the same light element, trying to, like, hopefully get a better light Idolin or something like that, and it ended up just giving me the Catastrophe. If I had known that, I would have probably tossed her on Thunder. So I can pair it with my, my Malicious Generation 1 and get, like, 2.25 times the weapon skills. But anyways, that's all for this. I just wanted to try and do that quick little video. And also, if you happen to have tried some of the raffles, I'm not exactly sure. You may or may not grab a special miracle ticket anyway by sheer luck. It depends on if you're one of the winners anyway. That's basically the only time a free player can probably get one. So, if you're one of those lucky people, congrats. I've never gotten that lucky, but that's something to know, so you may want to like pay attention to that as well. But last thing to mention too, if you haven't done any of this stuff just yet, the tower and the guild competition, they are about to end the same day this video goes out, so it's going to be less than 24 hours if you're looking at this video. Make it a point to finish these off. But anyways, that's all for this. More will come soon, and take care.